Today is the birthday of this morning's guest, and he's having a ball. What's it all about? You'll find out coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Bridal House of Charleston at 813 Main Street in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on the upcoming Heart Ball, and we're visiting with the Senior Area Director of the American Heart Association, Charlie Myrick.
Hey, Happy New Year.
And the birthday boy.
That's
Happy
right.
birthday,
Yeah.
Charlie.
Thank you very
wow,
much.
you
Yeah,
got some big
January
birthday
7th.
plans
Tonight?
tonight?
Some dinner. Yeah, just have a little bit of fun. Yeah.
Good.
Should be
good.
great.
Absolutely. On a Monday morning, of course, the event's getting close. We're,
Yes,
what,
it is.
5-6 weeks away?
Yeah, it's getting close. Everyone's getting really excited. The committee's really been working very hard to getting everything organized, the sponsorships and the event and the location and the theme. So yeah, a lot of activity going on.
A lot of dedicated volunteers,
Definitely.
Charlie. This is really driven by volunteers, not taking anything away from you and the other 3 folks on staff here locally.
Right. We have around 25 volunteers involved with the Heart Ball, and it takes
Wow.
all of them really to get the event going. Auction committee, sponsorship committee,
Right.
logistics committee, decorations committee. So a lot really goes into the actual event.
Oh, yeah, your auction chair, Vicki Talbot, will be with us tomorrow here
Yes.
at the Bridal House of Charleston. We're excited.
And she's great, and she's got some volunteers with her to help go out and get auction items, and
Right.
it's going very well for the auction this year.
Absolutely. Charlie, wow. Real quick about yourself. Are you originally from the area?
I am from Myrtle Beach, yes. I was here about 25 years and moved away for a few years and made a big mistake by doing that, and have moved back this past summer in August, and I'm very, very happy to be in Myrtle Beach again, and will stay this time definitely.
Yes, yes. And when we say the Senior Area Director, it's not just Myrtle Beach, it's not just O'Ree. I mean, this is a big area.
It is very big. Of course, it's the Waccamaw area.
Right,
So, yes.
Horry and Georgetown.
Horry and
County.
Georgetown,
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah. So you've got a number of hospitals that turn to the American Heart Association, the Waccamaw Division, both Georgetown Memorial and Waccamaw, and then Loris and Seacoast and Grand Strand and Conway, and it just goes on and on.
Yeah,
There are a
you
lot
name
of
them all.
hospitals that really tie in well with the American Heart Association.
They definitely do. They definitely
It's
do.
wonderful. Well, that's a great. Have you been with the Heart Association a long time?
About at 2 years.
Okay.
Yes, I was with the Cancer Society before that, and so I've been with the Heart Association for 2 years. I used to be the director up in Aiken and Sumter.
Okay,
before coming back to Myrtle Beach.
So you know the PD and the Midlands well.
I do.
And surely, obviously, you know this area very well.
Yes.
Fighting heart disease and stroke, is it really a big deal?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's the #1 and the #3 killers. Over 860,000 people, unfortunately, died last year from cardiovascular disease.
Is that right?
Yes.
Almost 1 million folks.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't think I knew it was that prevalent.
Yes, that's why it's so important that we have these events like the Heart Ball, and we need those dollars so we can fund the education and research here in South Carolina. And we do have 22 research grants right now that are funded at the Medical University of South Carolina, at USC, Clemson, and their foundations.
Is that right? 22.
22, over $3 million is funded right now.
Being reinvested right back into South Carolina.
That's
and
right.
its research folks to really make a difference in the fight against heart disease
That's
and
right.
stroke. Yeah.
And in this area, we raised right at $800,000 with our different events we have going on. Of course, the Heart Ball is the biggest event that we have, but that way you can see that the dollars that you're giving to us are going right back into South Carolina as far as research and education, and a lot of the mainstream technologies and things that are going on in the hospitals, taking care of cardiovascular disease, is due to research that was funded in the past and present.
All funded formally, privately, and then obviously passed on to folks to be used across the board. The AED,
right?
The external
CPR exams,
absolutely, CPR, and so many others. I bet we can go.
Stents that are put into hearts, open heart surgery, bypass surgery. That was all research funded by the American Heart Association, and the list goes on and on. You can also go on our webpage and go under research, and also some advances that we've done, and it goes back to 1924, showing the advances that we've done. Yeah, and it's really amazing when you go back and look at some of the things that we funded, and think, wow, that's just kind of mainstream today, but it had to start somewhere, and it had to be funded for us to learn that, and now it's It's mainstream.
What is that website, Charlie, if a viewer wanted to visit?
It's www.americanheartassociation.com. Just the way it
Okay,
says.
that's tremendous. Absolutely. I used to go to heart.org. I don't know if that's still around, but AmericanHeartAssociation.com.
Or you can just go into Google and put American Heart Association and take you right to it.
Google's a popular vehicle to
It
get
sure
there.
is.
If a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, what's the best phone number for someone to call to learn more about the heart ball or
The heart
even
ball.
about fighting heart disease?
For just the
and
heart
stroke?
ball, it's
Right.
843-282-2932.
Okay, a number just for the heart ball.
Just for the heart
wow.
ball. Yeah.
282-2932. And if someone calls that, they're going to obviously find out about the event itself, where it's held, and those particulars
That's
we're going to
correct.
go over right now. 282-2932.
That's correct. And they'll also hear about our presenting sponsor, which of course is the Myrtle Beach Herald.
Oh,
When
wow,
you
our
call
show
that-
sponsor.
right.
That's great. Donald, can you see that? Yeah, our show was sponsor. That's tremendous.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And if you want to just call us if you have questions, you can call 282-2901. But the
Okay.
heart ball was the 2932.
282-2901, that's the office number.
That's correct.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they can get on through that. And obviously, you all have a new office location,
We
Charlie.
do. We're located at 44th Avenue now. We're on the second floor, a nice new professional office, and
Right.
the volunteers definitely can come in and see, and they see
yeah.
our office, and we have a conference room there where they can
Yeah.
work, and they do help us do things there. And we hold a lot of our committee
Absolutely.
meetings there as well.
Yeah,
And
speaking
there
of
you go.
that, Charlie, since it's your birthday, I've got to hold this up. Coastal Business Life, a popular monthly magazine here in the area, has a picture of you on the front there with Deborah and Debbie, and of course Catherine Levinas there.
That's correct.
Great shot. What does it say on the cover? I can't see it.
They're all heart.
They're all heart.
They're all heart.
They're all heart. The local leaders of the American Heart Association. That was a nice birthday surprise
It was,
for you,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely
Charlie,
was. Yeah.
This just came out this week. This is the January edition, a great magazine that Joyce and Linda Weber, Joyce Armour and Linda Weber put out and been putting out for 5 or 6 years.
Very good magazine.
They do a crackerjack job. And, of course, they're all heart. The local leaders of the American Heart Association. I held that up because it's actually there in your building.
That's correct.
It's there in your building.
Yes, that's our new location, and of course, one of the most beautiful things about the building is the ceiling there, as you can see at the very top of that.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
it
it's
is.
custom painted.
Well, of course, for so long, and obviously it's not about necessarily, I mean, the real goal is fighting heart disease and stroke, so it's not being in a nice office or anything. As you know, it was in this rough office forever there on Highway 501.
Right.
Lots of volunteers have been going in there year after year, but it is nice to be able to make a transition into nice space so you can bring people in and try to get them accustomed to the volunteer opportunities.
Yeah, it makes the volunteers feel more welcome and better working environment if they have a nice environment to work in. So,
Oh, yeah.
And plus, we can have our meetings there, so we don't have to go off-site
Right.
to have meetings for committee meetings for the heart ball or the walk
Right.
or the horse ride.
Although y'all do have a committee meeting today. I know it's just your committee,
Yeah, we
but
do.
of course up at Grand Strand Regional
Strand.
Medical Center. They're a great sponsor of the luncheons and otherwise helping to thank the volunteers and keep them active, and it's a lot easier to get volunteers in.
Yeah, that's why we have it there, because Grand Strand has a nice big conference room there, and they also provide lunch for us. And of course, that's where one of our co-chairs works, Joyce. And of course, Vicki works there as well. So it's easier to get them at the location where we're.
Right. And your other co-chair is intimately involved with Grand Strand Regional.
Yes, very much so. Glenda McIntyre, of course, her husband. The
Cardiothoracic surgeon there. That's exactly right, and a great guy, Brian McIntyre. Yeah, they work very hard. Glenda's been an amazing chair or co-chair year after year. Last year she took a sabbatical so 3 guys could do it, but it's been very strong ladies for the last number of years that have been wonderful.
Yes, and they do really a great job, and I couldn't do it without them, especially coming on to be my first year, and they know all the ins and outs and the movers and shakers, which is really great. They really helped me a lot with the heart ball.
Right. Let's talk about some of those sponsors.
Okay.
You mentioned the Myrtle Beach Herald, our show sponsor,
Right.
who is, you said back in as the presenting sponsor.
That's correct.
Great.
And what I want to do is just read to you the sponsors we have so far, and then talk about the sponsorships packet that went out to 4,800 companies.
Wow,
in the
great.
Waccamaw area. Went out on January 3rd.
And there's still some sponsorship opportunities
yes.
if a viewer's with a company that may not have gotten a packet? Okay,
Yes, definitely.
great.
Just call our number, as we
Right.
talked about a while ago, to 282-2932.
Okay, and so they could, if they call the 282-2932 number, that's also for sponsorships.
That's correct.
Not just for anything, not just to learn about the event itself, but if they want to sign up as a sponsor.
That's correct.
That's great.
Definitely.
Okay, yeah, share with us some of the new,
of course,
those new and older sponsors.
Our presenting sponsor, obviously, is the Myrtle Beach Herald again.
I'd like to hear that
Thank
again.
You very
Thank
much.
you, Charlie.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
great.
We have a lot of new sponsors as well, and we're trying to get more new sponsors. But of course, we really appreciate all of our past sponsors, like the Myrtle Beach Herald.
Right. Yeah.
Some new ones, of course, is the Market Commons, Fowler Motors, Elliott Davis, Hard Rock Theme Park.
Oh yeah! Wow.
The new one coming
what a
up
coup.
in
opening in April.
In April. So it's
and the Market Common
Commons
opening in April. Yeah.
Plantation Federal, CPA firm Smith, SAP.
Bookout, Crumpler, and Callahan.
That's
great.
correct.
Great.
McQuitty Real Estate, which is a new one for us.
Yes.
Tom Roller Jr., who is a patron sponsor. And I was
fantastic.
Patron
yeah, we want to hear more about that. Sure.
The Jackson Companies, of course, Ocean Lakes, and
And Lance Thompson was profiled in this magazine. 5 things he loves about Myrtle Beach.
Exactly.
I like that.
Conway National.
Right.
Conway Hospital, Grand Strand Regional Hospital, HTC. Or telephone, Coastal Cardiovascular, Roberta Ellsworth, Thomas Miller's also a patron sponsor.
Patron sponsor. Yeah.
Myrtle Beach Pelicans.
Very nice.
Georgetown Hospital.
Memorial Hospital. Yes.
Brandon Advertising.
Oh, we like those guys.
Very much so. Scott and his staff there, Hatton and Aaron, very
yeah.
dedicated. Help us a lot with our marketing and advertising, and putting together some of our brochures. Red Line Power Sports.
Right. Jonathan Formo, yes.
Right. The Artist Tree down in North Myrtle Beach.
The Artist Tree.
The Artist Tree, yep.
Not sure if I'm familiar with that.
They're new. They donated the grandbaby piano.
Terry Brennan.
That's wonderful. That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so they've donated a
baby grand piano.
Excuse me, it is your birthday.
Yeah.
So you can say anything you want. Yeah.
Baby grand piano. And on the inside cover where it lifts up, he has painted a Tuscany theme on the inside cover of the piano.
Which is the theme of that's exactly right. We've got some of these here. I'll hold that up so you can explain to viewers the significance of the Tuscany theme.
Well, this is our 14th annual event for the Heart Ball, and for the first time we decided to go with a theme. And it's an evening in the heart of Tuscany.
Yeah, very
presented
nice.
again by Myrtle Beach Herald.
We like that.
And that is by a local painting done by Caitlin Berber. Ooh. And it's a beautiful painting. It will be auctioned off at the auction the night of the event. And, of course, can be seen there the night of the event.
Right.
So we are definitely having a lot of fun with the Tuscany theme this year.
That is tremendous. A lot of viewers have never attended the Heart Ball. Is this the year for them to attend?
It really is, because there again we have a theme for the first time. In years past, the event, which is more or less we say the event of
the premier black tie event of the area.
This is the event to be at.
Listen up, Charlie. Have you attended it before?
I did. I went last year, and it was very exciting and very good. And over 1,000 people were there last year.
That's right.
And it was really big. And one thing the committee decided this year was, because it is such the event, the black tie event of the year, to make it more intimate and more fun, and to bring down the number of individuals down to 750, because we have to raise the dollars for the Heart Association, but we also want it to be a fun and a lasting event in people's minds, so they'll come back year after year.
Right.
So this year we're having a maximum of 750 individuals who can come to the event.
Wow. And 750, about 250 less than last year and many years in the recent past.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're doing that, like I said, because we want it to be
make it more exclusive.
More exclusive and more exciting and more fun. And instead of just being big, we want it to be a nice event.
Are y'all going to have a band performing that night,
Oh, yes,
Charlie?
definitely. We'll have a live band. We'll have Jumpstart will be the live band.
Great, Jumpstart. They do a crackerjack job.
Yeah, and they've added 3 more musicians now. So
really?
It's actually a 12-piece orchestra now.
I can't imagine getting any bigger or better than they had been the last few years. You know, 4 or 5 years ago, we had the chairman of the board perform, which was pretty amazing. But Jumpstart puts on as good a show, maybe even better.
And in with the theme of the Evening in the Heart of Tuscany, we have an opera singer who will be singing Italian love songs out in the Hall of Fame area at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center, where the event's going to be.
It's a brilliant idea.
He's going to be singing Italian love songs, playing the Tuscany piano.
Sounds like I need to get a date for this.
Well, I think I would,
Yeah, wow.
But the event is at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center at the Sheraton.
At the Sheraton Hotel there, yeah.
And it's going to be February the 23rd.
Very nice.
And the event will start at 6:30 this year. And if you want to stay overnight, you can, of course, Sheraton has some special rates there for you as well.
Great.
So call them, because if you're having a good time, you probably want to stay overnight and just continue
yeah.
on having a good time throughout the night.
You know those rates, or maybe not yet? They haven't set them?
Don't quote me on it,
Right.
but I have heard $89 is what I've heard. Yeah, $89.
Wow. So would folks want to call the Heart Association to confirm that, or they want to call straight to the hotel?
They want to call straight to the hotel and talk.
They want to make sure, of course, they can get tickets first.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what we're doing a little bit different this year also. Instead of just getting or buying tickets as we've done in the past, we're limiting the individuals to 750. So by doing that, we're really focusing on sponsorships. So by doing that, we are focusing from presenting sponsor, which is $25,000.
Oh my God! You
so
have
I got
to throw that out. Yeah.
At $25,000, all the way down to the patron sponsor level, which is at $1,000.
Great.
So we're not just selling tickets; we're calling them reservations for the first time this year.
Very nice, yeah.
And of course, once you purchase your sponsorship at $1,000 or above, close to the event, we will have those tickets sent to you or delivered to you.
So if you do the $1,000, that would cover a couple as patron sponsors. And you call them reservations, but it's not a reservation to pay more money. I mean, it is just you've covered yourself.
Right. And for example, for the patron sponsor, which is at $1,000, that's for a couple, for two. They will. They could also purchase additional tickets after the first $1,000. They could buy 2 more tickets for $200 each.
Okay. So they can get 4 tickets for $1,400.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you, for example, if you were bronze sponsor, and we'll show this, and if you're bronze sponsor, you would be 6 reservations or 6 tickets for that level, and some other things which I'll discuss in a minute.
Right.
They could purchase 6 additional tickets, up to 6 additional.
Great.
At $200 a piece. So
Wow,
that's kind of how that
very
works.
nice.
That's
Yeah. Well, we don't have much time, Charlie. We've got 8 or 9 minutes, so we want to make sure we're able to highlight some of the tremendous sponsorship. And of course, with Vicki tomorrow, we'll talk about some of the both live auction items and silent auction items, as well as just how the auctions work.
Okay.
And I know you've got some highlighted items that people can begin bidding on even now.
Right.
But talk about some of the sponsorships since we're 5 or 6 weeks away. It's the date again.
It's February 23rd.
Okay, Saturday, February 23rd at the Sheraton. But they need to pick up the phone and dial 282-2932.
That's correct.
To go ahead and sign up for either the patron sponsors or some of these other sponsorships.
Yes. And with the lowest one, which is the patron sponsor, of course, that's 2 reservations for 2 individuals. You also get a box of Tuscany themed cards.
Great.
Nice note cards with, of course, it'll be this Tuscany theme.
Yeah, sure, I can hold that up. Yeah, sure, while you're doing that.
And also they get a set of personalized Tuscany themed wine glasses, and I have one. I have 2 here. So.
Ooh, Charlie's Vineyard.
Yeah, that's right. I went ahead and had an example of it made.
Those? Yeah.
And these are custom made.
And very handsome, Charlie.
But this one has, of course, my name, Charlie's Vineyards, on there.
It's very stylish. I don't know if viewers can see that very well, but you and I sure can. Charlie's Vineyards. So now, are they all going to be Charlie's Vineyards?
No, unfortunately, they're not. But they're going to have whatever the patron's name is. They may want their last name on there.
It's a brilliant idea,
it could
Charlie.
Be, Everett's Vineyards
Everett.
or Myrick's.
How about Greg's?
Greg's.
Oh, okay,
Greg's Vineyards.
Or the Mayor Rhodes Vineyard.
Exactly. Whatever the patron wants on those glasses, and they really are neat, and they'll be customized and of course delivered to the individuals for the sponsors.
I like that.
Different things that we're doing this year. When you start at the bronze sponsorship, which is at the $3,000 level, you get, which is new this year, we're having a Heart Ball publication. And that's being put together for us by Brandon Advertising.
Thank you, Brandon Advertising.
Yeah, very much so. 4 times a year, every quarter, we'll have this publication go out to over 1,000 companies and individuals, so we can stay in contact with our sponsors
during the year.
And during the year, and their ads will be in there because they were a sponsor, and they can change their ads every quarter.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So they got things going different times of the year. You can just change your ad. And, of course, depending on what size sponsor you are, depends on whether you get a full page, quarter page, half page. Of course, you get the front cover with the Myrtle Beach Herald. But that's going out 4 times a year.
That's a brilliant idea, Charlie.
Well, plus, we can stay in contact with our sponsors and the people who support us.
And
plus,
those are being mailed by the Heart Association.
Be mailed by us and be professionally done by Brandon Advertising.
Right.
And you can also, with that, with it being mailed out, like I said, change your ad, And we're also going to have information in there about the Heart Association, some latest, greatest research that we're doing in the community, in the state, and nationally. So we'll have some information in there about our sponsors, but also about the Heart Association.
That is fantastic. What a great idea. And, of course, the ability there, I'm sure for a lot of sponsors, they want to see if that thing's going to come off well, because if it does, it's going to be a lot easier to ramp them up the next year.
Correct.
Knowing that these quarterly publications are coming out and they're promoting their business well to 1,000 other business owners.
Right.
I mean, that's a real thing. I'm sure you'll have a lot of sponsors for the first time that see that as a fringe benefit for just wanting to get tickets to get into the event, as it'll be a more exclusive event. They'll be monitoring those publications, and if that comes off well, I bet you're going to have no trouble getting a lot more sponsors the next year and year after year.
And that's what the whole idea, because the event has gotten so large, and it is such the event. We want to make it more exclusive and more that the businesses want to be a part of it more and more.
Absolutely, yeah. What great thinking, Charlie.
Well, thank you.
You've got some other sponsorships, I think you said, and the great thing is these are so reasonably priced for the bang. I mean, the bang for the buck's about as high as you can get for the premier black tie event in the area.
If you're talking $5,000, $3,000 for sponsorship, you get to go to the event. Your name's going to be in the program. Your name's going to be in the quarterly publication.
Right.
For advertising dollars, that's very minimal.
That's very small. You ought to raise the prices, Charlie.
Well,
I'm glad you
next
didn't.
year.
Yeah, that's right. Glad you didn't raise them too much. The little Myrtle Beach Herald is enjoyed its 4-year, now 5 years of presenting sponsorship. It's been a great run.
And that's what I want to talk about. As I said, the sponsorship packet was mailed out on January the 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
And they're being mailed out to 4,800.
Hold that up. 4,800. I'll hold that up for you. That's great.
4,800 businesses here in the Waccamaw area.
That's right.
And
very
of course,
nice.
It's the evening in the heart of Tuscany.
I love it.
Presented by Myrtle Beach Herald.
I like that group. Well, you don't have to promote the Myrtle Beach Herald anymore. We have gotten tremendous exposure already.
Right.
From this wonderful year after year, but this year we're seeing a real interest there.
But inside the packet will also be this brochure, this one here, along with a letter from our committee welcoming you back or thanking you for being a sponsor. And there will also be in there a pledge sheet that you can fax back to us. And for the first time this year, you can pledge your sponsorship to be paid June 1st. So you don't have to pay it until June 1st, unless you want to pay it ahead of time. Or you can make monthly installments on that.
Good. And that's probably a smart idea. Absolutely. I mean, that's probably a great idea to give folks the opportunity to pay a little bit at a time.
Exactly.
But to make sure they are paid up by June 1.
Right.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's not too far from now. 5 months from now.
Right.
June 1.
But you can spread out, $5,000, $1,000 a month. Which most businesses can
Or for
afford.
$25,000, they could do 5 a month.
That's right.
You've got some other sponsorship levels, and I'm glad you highlighted that. I think you said the silver sponsorships at $5, but even the gold sponsorship, very reasonably priced at $8,000.
Correct.
The great thing there, as you said, for those quarterly publications, they'd get a half-page ad in that publication going out direct mailed to 1,000 folks. If you just amortize that over 4 publications at, let's say, $1,500 or $2,000 a quarter, that's a great way for them to justify it, and then everything else is free.
That's exactly right. And also in the brochure, it talks about why you should be affiliated with the American Heart Association and why you should be involved. And more or less, it shows that 90% of employees whose companies have a cause program feel proud of their companies where they're employed by doing that. So really, the employees want their employer to be involved with us. That's another reason that we put that right in the brochure for everyone to see this being mailed out to them.
These are very handsome. I'm just so glad you really got this stuff out early, and not to take anything away from past years, because we've had tremendous events year after year. As you know, it's only gotten bigger and better, and now it's going to be a little smaller but better as well. You continue the tradition of year after year getting better and better.
Right. It's our 14th year.
Wow, Charlie. What's the goal?
$330,000 is the net goal.
Wow.
So we'll probably have to raise right at $400,000 to cover all of them.
$400,000, Charlie. That's a lot of money. That's almost $500,000.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why it is the
next
event.
year they're going to be talking to Charlie about, hey, Charlie, we need $500,000 here. Yeah.
It's possible.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very exciting. You've got some other tremendous items. We want Vicki to talk about them tomorrow, or I'm afraid we're running out of time. But how about a couple of key auction items?
We've got some great auction items coming up this year. Of course, Red Line Power Sports. I'll let you hold that up again.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
has been a very good friend of ours for many years, and this year they are giving us a Sea-Doo.
Right.
And, along with the trailer, and
Yeah.
you can bid on that item at the actual event, or you can bid on it ahead of time. They're getting called that same phone number we've been talking about, 282-2932, and you can bid on that now. That's kind of a...
I hate to say it, Charlie, it's your birthday, and we have run out of time, and so we're going to have to get Vicki Talbot in tomorrow, which is very exciting, the auction chair, to highlight much of this. But again, happy birthday, Charlie.
Thank you very much.
Very
Appreciate it. Thanks for all your help.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Charlie Myrick, the Senior Area Director of the American Art Association, coming up next. You know, normally for birthday boys, he's the one getting the presents. He's the one getting the presents. Charlie shows up this morning on a Monday morning, his birthday, and he's handing out presents. And we're the recipients, all the folks in the area, folks that are concerned about fighting heart disease and stroke, folks that are concerned about making a difference in their community, giving back to the community. Charlie's giving you a way to do it. And he gave you an easy phone number as well. Pick up the phone, 843-282-2932. That is the Heartball line, 843-282-2932. The birthday boy handing out presents. You heard some of those tremendous sponsorship opportunities. This will be an exclusive event. They're capping it at 750 people. The place is the Myrtle Beach Convention Center, tied into the Sheraton Hotel there. The date, Saturday, February 23rd. The time, 6:30. You better write this down, 2/23 at 6:30 p.m. And a great simple phone number, 282-2932. The birthday boy handing the prizes out. Come on out. It'll be a great event Saturday, February 23rd, the American Heart Ball, the 14th annual.